It's Chaser. It's Chaser. I know y'all feel me though. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Y'all already know what the deal is. The fuck? Y'all already know who it is. Chaser Bay. And yeah, I have to always do that, y'all. That's my little intro thing. I gotta always do it. Guess what happened, y'all? Guess what happened? Guess. I'm gonna tell you guys the story of how I got my heart broken, okay? And what I'm gonna tell you right now, do not comment in the comment section until you watch the whole video. Until you watch the full video so you know everything, okay? Don't just state your opinion without watching the whole video first, okay? I don't got no lashes on or nothing. I got my natural hair out. Yes. Period. Okay, and I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to tell y'all the story. Where should I start from? First of all, you guys who already follow me, you probably already know who I dated. But I know everybody who's going to watch this doesn't know. So, we're going to call this dude who's my boyfriend. His name's going to be Chuck, okay? Chuck. We going to start from the very beginning, y'all. Okay. We first met in 2016. But we ain't start talking till like 2018. Summer of 2018. So I'm going to tell y'all. Okay. So me and him. I don't know who texted who first. But in 2016, we met on Facebook, y'all. Facebook, okay? We was texting, flirting and stuff. That's when we ended up meeting up and going to the movies, okay? This was like a casual thing, like as friends. We went, it was me, my cousin, and it was Chuck and his friend. And we went to the movies or whatever. But that's really irrelevant, okay? That's really irrelevant. But back then, y'all, it was just weird. Like, I was real shy. We wasn't even really flirting in person. Like, swear we was like flirting in text. Then in person act all dumb. But anyways, after that, we never like hung out again. I think we were still texting a little, but we faded. And eventually, he probably started talking to somebody else and I got a boyfriend, so yeah. Okay, fast forward to 2018 when we reunited, okay? 2018. I was 17 and I believe he was 17. His birthday's before me though. But we started talking in the summer. He texted me talking about, oh, I have a camera. Do you want your pictures taken for like $10? And I was like, nah, but you could text me. Okay? So I had the juice. I said, you can hit me up though. So, you know, he hit up my line or whatever. We start talking. Fast forward a few days, we go meet each other, okay? He comes like where I live, my side of town. We don't live that far from each other, but he lives on a different side of town, so he came to my side of town. We met in front of Target. Then we just start walking around. But it was like on some cool stuff. But like, yeah, we start hanging out. I don't remember what we did, but all I know is we kept hanging out more and more, and he would blow up my line, you know. He always wanted to hang out. He took me out to eat, and, you know, like, we became best friends, like. But at the same time, I know he liked me more than a friend. But back then, I just wanted to be a player and talk to whoever I wanted to talk to. Like, I didn't want to be in a relationship back then. Okay? I just wanted to do me. Like, I didn't want to be tied down in a relationship. But that's what he wanted. So he would try to push up. So yeah, when I say he was trying to push up, I mean like, he would try to like hold my hand and stuff and be all like, while we're walking down the street. And I'm like, nah, don't hold my hand. Like, you're trying to make it look like you're my boyfriend for real. Like, he was trying to do extra like that. But eventually, I was like playing for real. Like, I would do little stuff like sit on his lap, but I'm like, we don't date though. Like, little, it was just dumb, you know? Like, what's wrong with you? It was just dumb, like. So, yeah. But yeah, he already told me, he's like, I'm trying to be more than friends though. Like, he been told me. I'm like, okay, but I don't want a boyfriend. But he would stay coming to my house, where he would walk to my house in the rain. And I got mad and I was being ignorant. I didn't want to see him or something. He walked to my house in the rain. Then I kicked him out. And it was raining outside. And then a dog was chasing him or something. Like, I was just an asshole. Like, but it was funny. So, like, he would come to my house, like, a lot. And we would just be chilling on the couch, whatever. He would just like chilling with me. Even if we wasn't really even doing nothing, like, or even going nowhere. And we would hang out with other people and just be chilling, you know, with my cousins, whoever, my friends. And, like, one day we was walking with my cousin, and we was walking across the bridge. Then she's like, if you don't stop playing and kiss each other. So she, like, she wanted us to kiss each other. So she, like, pushed him into me or something, and we ended up kissing. Yeah. But I still didn't want a relationship. Okay? But he ain't stopped. He ain't stopped trying to push up. And it was like, you know, when you're doing all that stuff, that do play with somebody's feelings. Like, make them think, like, why are you doing all this? You're trying to sit on my lap, kiss, do whatever. But at the same time, you don't want a relationship. So it's like, you can't be doing relationship things if you're not in a relationship, you know? Because that plays with people's emotions. So it was like, eventually he kept pushing up. And we started hanging out together, you know, all that. Then it happened. It happened. It happened. You're saying what? It happened. If you don't know what it is, you're too young. Exit off the video. It happened. It happened! Okay? It happened! It happened. And I know people like to say, oh, I'm grown. I could do what I want. Okay, but I still made him wait the 6 months, okay? You know, make him wait it out a little bit. See if he stick around. So, yeah, y'all. It happened. Then I'm like, I'm seeing the whole situation differently now. And I'm like, we might as well date now. And so it just happened, you know? We start dating. Think about it. Be honest with yourself. Most dudes that you meet just want to hit and leave. He actually been wanted me before he even hit it, and wanted me even more after. So it's like, why not get into a relationship? Why not? He's a good dude. Common fucking sense. Basically, that was the icing on the cake. That was the icing on the cake. I'm like, okay, let me stop playing. This boy treats me nice. And on top of that, we did it now. So it's like, we locked in. Like, okay, we locked in. So I'm like, it's like an obligation type, like. But I did like him. You know? I did like his company and all that. So yeah, y'all, we made it official. And I forgot to mention, you know, we was friends that whole time. And like, you know, I be on social media, so I would post videos of us. And then people be like, y'all so cute, y'all should date. But we was just friends that whole time. So like, now we went public. So we started posting, you know, stuff all booed up, you know. All that. And we're like, oh yeah, it's official, okay? Naked's bomb, okay, y'all? Where's my bag? I just ordered from GoPuff. I do not sponsor them, but go get you some things. They'll go shopping for you and get you whatever you want. I ordered a whole bunch of juice. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, we locked in, you know. I'm cuffed. At this point, you know, we posted on social media. Everybody's saying we goals, all that. You know, me and him, you know, we did couples things. We went on dates all the time. All that. Everything was great. This boy took me to LA. The first time he took me was in April. We had so much fun. And like I traveled before, but I never traveled like that far. I traveled to North and South Carolina, but it's nothing like LA. So like that was just a whole different experience, and I was so happy. Like we had so much fun. We stayed there a few days at a hotel. It was just us, you know. We was still in high school. This was in 12th grade. We missed a few days of school to go to LA. So like, yeah, it was crazy, you know. I was like, he took me to a rooftop restaurant in LA. We drunk. So yeah, he was exposing me to different things. This boy's so sweet and caring. Chuck is so sweet and caring. Okay? He motivated me, like he helped me with a lot of things, like inner things. Like he was really everything, like everything you would want somebody to be, like a boyfriend to be. Like that was him. He was doing everything right. He was doing everything right. So yeah, the relationship was good, all that, you know. Fast forward, we go to prom together. That was really nice, you know. We get our little outfits, you know. It was nice. You know, we went to prom. That was my prom date. And everything, you know. I stayed at this boy's house. He stayed at my house. My mom really likes him. My brother likes him. Like, she was even calling him, like, a son, like, future son. Like, that's how much she likes him. Like, she really, like, because, like, he would come around the house, help out. He would buy groceries. Just do nice stuff for no reason. Like, all this. He did all of this stuff. Like, my brother's cool with him. You know, if the family's cool with him, you know that's something. Because if the family don't mess with you, then it's like, I don't know how far that relationship's going to get. Okay, so this is when stuff started to go downhill. Okay, so me, like, in a relationship, it's like when I'm talking to a dude, if he really stays around, because I'm a lot to deal with. Like, I know girls be like, oh, you can't handle me. You can't handle me. But when I say that, I'm really serious. Like, it's not even no, like, I'm really different. Like, I'm a different type of individual. Like, my personality is like really something. So it's either you're going to deal with it or you're not. It's either like you understand it or you don't. It's either like, oh, you love me or you think I'm a complete weirdo and you don't fuck with me. It's like that. You either love me or you don't fuck with me. You get to choose. And like, he accepted me for how I was. He accepted how I am. Like, I'm real goofy. I'm crazy. Like, yeah, I could be chill, but like, for the most part, I play a lot. You know, I'm somewhat clingy, but I play a lot. I'm a jerk. And it like, it can be too much to handle. You know, you might just get sick of me. It's either you hate me or you love me. But, you know, he accepted me for how I was. But, you know, later it became a little toxic. You know. And he would say things like, you act controlling. And I could agree. I could be controlling. Like, and he said unappreciative and ignorant. So that's some other things about me. My other ex said the same thing. So I guess that's some things I need to work on. But anyways, that's what he said. I started to be like doing too much. Okay. And he started to like complain about it. Like he would say, like he would tell me how he felt. And I would just like brush it off. He would be like, you're controlling. You're always trying to tell people what to do. Because I would be like, I would be rude sometimes. Like, I'll be like, he said I act like he has to do these things, but he don't. Like, I'll be like, oh, like, are you going to order me some food? Why aren't you ordering food? Da, 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 da. And he might be like, oh, I'm trying to save money today. Like, I would just be a brat, like, spoiled or whatever. Or I'll be like, can you cook me some food? Like, da, da, da. And I would just, like, you know, get smart, talk bad, call him out with his name for no reason. Like, just be ignorant. Like, can you make me some food? Like, for no reason. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not even funny. Like, what? I don't know. So I took advantage because at first he was doing everything I wanted, even though I was being rude. So I could admit that in relationships, if people are too nice to me, I tend to take advantage. That's one of my toxic traits. And I'm trying to work on it. Because if I don't, I'll never be able to be in a healthy relationship. At first, he was just doing what I wanted, you know, even though I was being rude. So when he started complaining about it, I couldn't really take it serious because I'm like, okay, but you did before. But he was like, he was getting fed up, like, this the final straw type stuff. And he even said things to me like, when we're on FaceTime and my friends hear how you talk to me, they be like, why are you still with her? They want me to break up with you. And I'll be like, F your friends, da-da-da-da, you know, I would be talking crap, you know? I was like, F your friends, they're just trying to break us up. But really, I was the one being toxic. So I was being real toxic. And I was like, oh, you're always hanging around them. You need to be here more. And it was crazy. So I asked him, I was like, okay, so if I'm that bad, why are you still with me? And why do you always want to be at my house and stuff if I treat you so bad? And he said, because I love you. That's what love is. So it was just like crazy. So this boy, Chuck, really loved me. Like, Chuck really dealt with my BS because I do too much. He really dealt with my BS. Like, my mom was even telling me, and my brother said, I would never date somebody like you. I would have been broke up with you or cheated on you or whatever. And my mom was like, if I was him, I would have been broke up with you. And like, they would just say, why do you be talking to him like that, all this? And yeah. And like, the whole relationship, he ain't cheat. And he said because he loved me, you know, he ain't cheat and do none of that. He never even thought of talking to nobody else. And I really believed it because how he acted towards me. Like, so it was just crazy. And it wasn't like I was even like just trying to cheat first. It wasn't like I just started cheating. Like, I'm going to tell y'all. Like I said before, he would always be at my house, okay? So I was used to him always coming there, you know, spending a night for days, staying there days at a time. I was used to him staying here with me. And I liked his company. I would like him coming over because, like, that's my boyfriend. That's my best friend. You know, even though I act ignorant, I liked his company. Like, I don't even know why I would do that. It was like playing, but at the same time being controlling and rude. It was ignorant, but I play too much. And, like, it could be, I guess, disrespectful. Oh, yeah, this was in the middle of all this. I don't know if I was this toxic yet, but he ended up taking me to LA again. But this time we went with his friend, and we stayed a few days. But even then, I had an attitude with him, because I'm like, your friend's here. You want to be all up your friend's ass instead of be all up on me type tip. Like, because I was like, y'all's having a bromance for real. I was like, I shouldn't even have came. So, like, I had an attitude that whole time. Okay, but let's go back to where we was. Okay, this is when stuff started getting real. He was acting distant towards me, and I felt it. Because, like, he would text back slow. Like, he would take a long time. Like, he would literally not reply to my text. I'll be double texting him because he wouldn't be at my house. And sometimes he wouldn't even be at work. It was like he was just ignoring me. Like, I recall this one day, he was at the store with his mom, and it was like 5, and then he was like, I'm coming to your house, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I ain't hear from him until like 10, and I was upset, like, where were you at? He was like, I was at my friend's or whatever. And it was like, he wouldn't even let me know where he was at, and it's like, you ain't hit me up all day. So yeah, I'm gonna think something's up. But him, like, you're probably thinking, like, oh, he must be cheating. But it's like, if you knew the type of person he was not cheating. And then, you know, around that time, that's when I'm like, okay. So I start feeling some type of way, like I was being ignored. So I didn't link up with no other guys, but I start texting other dudes and little goofy stuff. FaceTiming other dudes, you know. And when he was over my house, I felt bad because this one time he was in my room and I was downstairs FaceTiming another dude, but he ain't know. And then I'm an honest person, so I ended up telling him like the next day, and he was upset, you know. I think he left and he ain't come back until a few days, but then he ended up coming back. He forgave me for that. But like, it seemed like after that, it got even worse. Like, he started being more distant, you know. He would still come over though, but it was like, when it comes to texting and stuff, he would come over, but in my head, it was like, to me, the easiest way I could explain it, it was like, when you're at my house, it's cool. But when you're not at my house, you don't even communicate with me. So it was like a whole communication thing. And even then, it started being weird at my house. Like, I used to sleep in the same room as him, but after that, I started sleeping by myself, but he would still be at my house. So it was just like, we were being distant from each other, but we was in the same house. And he would come to my house a lot, like every day. But I was getting upset. Maybe it's just me being clingy, but I was getting upset because he wouldn't reply to my text when he wasn't at my house. And then he would be like, I'm coming over later. And I'm like, okay. But he wouldn't come over until like 1 o'clock in the morning or 12. So that was pissing me off. I was like, why are you keep coming here super late? And I'm like, what do you be doing? He's like, nothing. He was acting all dumb and stuff. And like, I knew he smoked weed and stuff, you know. And like, a lot of people smoke weed, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. So, yeah, he smoked weed. But he was doing other stuff, too. He started doing other stuff that I didn't like. And I felt like that was the reason he was becoming distant, because he wanted to do other things. And I told him, I said, if you want to do them type of things, don't do it at my house. So it got me thinking like, okay, he's probably always at his friend's house and being distant because he's doing them things with his friends. And I told him, don't bring that to my house. You know, so I'm not even going to elaborate on that, you know, but he was doing some things that I don't do and I don't want in my house. So I was like, okay, you know, if you want to do them type of things, I was okay with the smoking weed thing. You know, he ain't smoked weed in my house, but I'm just saying I was okay with him doing that. But it was like the other, like, I don't like all the exotic types of things. Like, weed's okay, but all that other stuff, that was too much. I couldn't understand it. I'm like, why are you doing that? You're a fiend. I started calling him a fiend and all this stuff. But he was like, I'm not. He said the reason he was doing it because he was really into spiritual and like meditating and stuff. And he told me before that he did it in the past. I thought he did it only once or twice. And then I'm thinking in my head, oh, he must be doing that. He must be doing it with his friends, because why are you ignoring me when you're not at my house and then coming to my house so late? So yeah, that started causing problems, and I started calling him names and stuff, and I guess he felt some type of way. So yeah, things started getting really toxic. He would still come over, but we always got into arguments, and I would say little smart stuff like, I should talk to other boys for real. And I would just say smart stuff like that. And he would feel some type of way. But, yeah, it was just toxic. But the last time I saw him, me and my mom and him, we went to Panera Bread. And that's when this is when it all went downhill. So I was on some type time. I already knew what I wanted to do. So he was at my house, and even before we went to Panera Bread, he could have stayed, but I was like, Mom, can you drop Chuck off at home so we don't have to catch the bus home later? He could have stayed longer, but I was trying to get him out because we kept arguing and stuff, and I wanted to talk to other people, but I was like, I can't talk to other people if you're here type stuff. Even though I was sneaking doing it like a little bit before, I was like texting dudes and FaceTiming them while he wasn't there the other day. But it's like, I'm like, I need some space from you type stuff. So we go to Panera Bread, you know. We eat and stuff. And then that's when I tell him to his face. I tell him, I'm like, I don't think this is going to work out. I don't really want to be in a relationship. I want to talk to other boys, you know. I want to talk to other people. Oh, and I told him this to his face, you know. And I was like, I was talking about all this stuff because I was like, why? And I was bringing up, like, why were you acting that way, like, acting distant towards me? I thought it was because he was doing things with his friends. He's going to say it's because you were always disrespectful towards me. And I told you to change that about yourself, and you weren't, so I would distance myself. But he ain't tell me that, so I thought he was doing other things. So, yeah, I just told him to his face. I was like, I want to talk to other boys and stuff. I don't really know what I want, but I don't want to be in a relationship with you. We could still be friends. Then he looked sad. I could tell he was hurt. Because he said he loved me and stuff. And he's like, dang. He's like, that's tough because he loved me and stuff. And he's like, dang, I'm not going to deal with this though. You're not going to talk to me and other boys. So I guess, we can't talk or whatever. We have to have a break or something. I was like, because that's why I said I wanted a break to see what I want. And then maybe we could get back together. And he was like, no, it's either me or them. So, we leave the restaurant. We're on our way out, into the car. We're talking about it. We made up our decision to have a break or whatever. And I was like, okay, we're going to have a break. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do what I want to do now, And I'm like, we're going to have a break. We shouldn't talk to each other until at least a week. So, we shouldn't FaceTime or you shouldn't come over or nothing. We shouldn't text or nothing. So, yup. He left out the car. We dropped him off. Usually he would be like, bye, Chaser. He was upset, so he ain't even say that. We dropped him off home. And then I'm like, dang. Then a few hours later, I was doing my own thing. I'm like, man, I could talk to who I want to. I'm not in a relationship no more. Then he's going to call me like, oh, I thought we could still talk, just not see each other. And I was like, no, we can't talk for a week. So, yeah. But I don't want to be drawn out to be this cold-hearted, ignorant person like I don't love nobody. And I ain't never cried over him because, when he was doing that stuff, being distant towards me, I did cry and stuff. I was in my feelings and stuff. And that's what drove me to the point to really not care for her. Because I'm like, wow, you leave me out here. I could be talking to other people. You ignore me and stuff. So that's what drove me to do it. But it was a lot of toxic stuff that went with it too. It also had to do with my personal issues, I'm goofy and everything, but it's different than just, a relationship's different from just being friends. You won't know how I am in a relationship if we're just friends. So in a relationship, I guess I could be, controlling or whatever. So it was just crazy. And fast forward today, we were just texting and he's like, yeah, I still love you still, but we're not good for each other right now. So we're going to see how it goes. If it's meant to be, we're still young. If it's meant to be, we'll find each other. He might be with another girl. I might be with another boy. But if it's meant to be, we'll drop them and get back together type stuff. If it's that real, that will happen. That's what I'm saying. But it's crazy. I don't know if y'all could relate, but drop y'all comments below, see. Tell me how y'all feel about it. Who do you think was wrong? Or do you guys just think we're not compatible? Do you guys think we were a good couple and should get back together? What do you guys think about this situation? Do you think it was just a misunderstanding? What do you guys think about this situation? Because other than that, I really think we were a good couple. We were able to relate on a lot of things. And a lot of people can't relate with me. I'm not like everybody else. I'm a unique individual, and so was he. So it's crazy, y'all. But yeah, as of now, I'm just focusing on bettering myself. I don't really have time to worry about anybody else, getting my stuff together. Because how am I going to be with anybody if my stuff ain't together? Okay? So, but it's I can have male friends or whatever, but it's relationship right now. I don't think that's what I need because that's a distraction. But yeah, I still do have love for him. If you're watching this, you know how I feel. You know how we are. You know how it is. You already know how it is. And it will always be. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. I hope you guys don't unsubscribe and think I'm a bad person. I'm a really nice girl. But yeah, y'all. Bye.